What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past few days where we've had an absolute blinder. So much news to discuss, of course, all evolving around Leo Messi. Barcelona has received the green light for the feasibility plan and they're now about to execute it. But Messi's father and agent Jorge Messi is pushing Barcelona to make their decision in the next 48 hours. We have every single report on Messi. We're going to discuss that in depth. Also talk about the possible arrival of Ilkay Gundogan, Ruben Neves, Joao Cancelo, Vitor Roque, and some details about Inigo Martinez's deal becoming official. But of course, the main word used for Barcelona over the past 24 hours, you could say, exit. We have updates on all the possible players who could be leaving the club. That is from Lewandowski to Ferran Torres, Raphinha, Ansu. We have an update on all the loan players as well. Lenglet, Umtiti, Dest, Collado, Nico, and Abdi. So all those could be, of course, departures for Barcelona to register players, sign Messi, sign Gundogan, sign other players as well. Also have an update on the UEFA sanction for Barcelona, renewal update on Dembele, and also Arnau Tenas. And we have an update on the future of Eric Garcia, and Xavi's given his verdict on the Spanish center back's future. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is one of the best jersey football replica websites on the market. They have a variety of items at fantastic prices. I have here some with me. Firstly is the home kit for this season. Excellent quality. The badge is nice and smooth. Spotify logo is printed on to perfection. And I also even have a jacket as well. This is one of the training jackets that the players wear. There's a logo there on the right hand side, zipper and everything. They have some badges here, the Nike logo as well. The quality is absolutely, feels real, and also the prices are unbeatable. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get an additional 15% off your orders. That's BOY. Use that checkout, you get 15% off your order, and all orders above $80 as well will get free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Top link down in the description down below and get your new football kits today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past few days. Now we firstly have an update on the situation of Ilkay Gundogan. Reports are coming in from the Sun in the UK saying that Gundogan is very close to renewing his contract with Manchester City, but Fabrizio Romano has come out saying otherwise, saying that Gundogan does have a 1-year contract renewal offer from Man City plus another 1-year option on the table, but they are still waiting for his decision. City's proposal for Gundogan's renewal is still on the table, but negotiations are still open and they're not closed right now. The player doesn't want to say anything or do anything until after the Champions League final. So again, more confirmation on that. And also Fabrizio Romano got some quotes coming in from Ilkay Gundogan's agent, and his agent came out saying that nothing has been agreed with City or any other club. The recent reports are not true. Ilkay is only focused on the Champions League final. So again, no final decision quite yet on Gundogan, despite the fact that our reports coming in from the UK suggesting otherwise. So we'll have to wait and see. Again, there is a full agreement with Barcelona, just pending on the final signature from the player, and wait and see how his feelings are and sensations are after the Champions League final. You can argue it both ways. If you win it, new chapter, try something different. If you win it, you want to run it back. If you lose, you want to stay, do it more time. Or if you lose, might as well just do another adventure. So there's arguments for all sides. Just have to wait and see what Ilkay himself decides, but his decision will be coming very soon, by next week, after of course the Champions League final this weekend. Now, a midfielder who has a very high chance of joining Barcelona this summer is of course Ruben Neves. A few days ago, Joan came out saying that he thinks that Ruben Neves will join Barcelona at some point this summer, and Fabrizio Romano confirmed this, saying that I think that Ruben Neves will be a Barcelona player come the end of the summer. Again, it's not news, it's just the opinion of probably the two best journalists in the world, and it's something that we're gonna have to come to terms with very soon. Also, Joaquin Pereira from Sport, who besides some Brazilian news, is not the greatest, but he's still quite a reliable person. He came out saying that Ruben Neves is a club signing and will surely become a Barcelona player this summer. Whether Ansu is included into the operation remains to be seen. So there's a general agreement with basically everyone that at some point this summer Ruben Neves will be joining Barcelona. Is he an upgrade or a downgrade on Franck Kessie? There's the argument to be had there, but I think Kessie's sale now is pretty much certain, especially if Ruben Neves is coming in. I think on the ball he is better, but I think the profile of Kessie is still very, very rare in football nowadays. I think it's very, very important to have a player of his profile in any squad in the world, let alone the best team in the world in Barcelona. So we'll see with Ruben Neves. Again, if we're going to sell Kessie for 30, you're going to spend 50 for Neves, 20 million net to spend on Neves, what it's going to look like, but probably 50 million on paper. So we'll wait and see how things develop over the next few weeks, but there's pretty much a general agreement between everyone that at some point this summer, Ruben Neves will become a Barcelona player. But a Portuguese player who every single culé wants to see at Barcelona this summer is, of course, Joao Cancelo. Right now, his future is still in doubt, as according to reports, Man City do not want to sell him to Barcelona, but the player wants the move. There's more confirmation that Joao Cancelo sees his future in Spain this summer, and of course it is Barcelona who need the move. Real Madrid already rejected Cancelo multiple times. They also have Dani Carvajal, where Barcelona have absolutely no one. I still am living on hope that Cancelo will arrive at some point. I think, again, we're about to sign Ruben Neves to do a favor for Jorge Mendes. Another favor he can do for us is to get this deal over the line, whether it's a loan, whatever the case may be. Of course, the reports about Pavard coming up again. His price is around 30, where Joao Cancelo will only cost another 10 million more, but Pavard is younger, and I think he kind of fits the profile a bit more than what Xavi is looking for, more long term. But if we can somehow get a loan for Cancelo, maybe even give them a little bit of a loan fee to Man City, cover his wages, of course, I think it can be a great move for Barcelona. But still early days, we'll have to wait and see, but know that the club this summer are in the market for a right back. But a defender who Barcelona have already signed to reinforce the squad this summer is, of course, Inigo Martinez, and it has been confirmed by the Athletic Club manager Ernesto Valverde that he will leave this summer as a free agent. Sport came out saying that once La Liga approve officially the feasible plan, that should be happening today, the signing of the center back may be announced. There's also a total agreement with the player for the next 2 seasons. So again, at some point today, we're expecting the green light from La Liga officially for the feasibility plan, and that of course opens the door for Inigo Martinez to be announced at any given point. I do expect him to be announced very, very soon. Of course, the signing was sealed a few months ago. He's going to be registered, so there should be no issues whatsoever. So expect the official announcement of Inigo Martinez to be coming in very, very soon. Now, one of the main priorities for Barcelona this summer is, of course, to reinforce the attacking positions, and one of the main names on that list is the acquisition and signing of the young Brazilian forward Vitor Roque. But Juan Martí, of course, Mr. Negative, has come out saying that Barcelona is convinced that Vitor Roque will be a player who will make a difference, but due to FFP right now they cannot pay 45 million euros, and hopes the player will block his exit to Europe for another year until 2024. However, the player wants to make the jump already, and he does have firm offers on the table. I am hoping that Deco pulls off a little bit of a masterclass here. Like, I just seen PSG activate the release clause of the Uruguayan midfielder Manuel Ugarte. That's already a done deal at that point. They activate the release clause, and they're gonna, and what PSG agreed with Sporting, that they're gonna pay the release clause in installments, and they're gonna start payments next summer. So how come we can't do that for Vitor Roque? I think his club, there's definitely room to negotiate. You know, we can loan him back. Even buy at least half his rights or 70% of his rights, and buy the rest in the future, pay the deal in installments. There's so many ways to get this operation done, and I do hope that Barcelona gets over the line. Of course, the backup is Aubameyang. We're hearing that 2 clubs in Saudi Arabia are heavily interested in Aubameyang, who will 100% leave Chelsea this summer. So even our backups are starting to fall through. So we'll wait and see with Vitor Roque. Again, currently complications. There are other priorities, of course, which doesn't make sense. But know that the club are a big fan of Vitor Roque, and hopefully they'll try their best this summer to pursue his signing. But of course, Barcelona's #1 priority for the upcoming summer transfer window is, of course, the greatest human being to ever touch a football, Lionel Andres Messi. Absolutely a monumentous amount of news that we have to cover around Messi. We've gotten some big updates. Let's not waste any time, and let's get right into it. Firstly, Mateo Morito from Arlivo is the one who broke the news, saying that Barcelona have finally gotten the okay of La Liga to the feasibility plan, and Messi's return now is financially feasible. Between dismissals and voluntary contract terminations, Barcelona has achieved savings of around 40 million euros for next season. With the savings so far, Barcelona can register the renewals and cover the salary of Inigo Martinez. This is the step that Messi wanted. Barcelona now have to at least wait and see to sell one more player. Let's see how long Messi waits. We were told, of course, last week that he would wait for around 10 days. So again, Barcelona have done some stuff in the background, renewed Barca TV. Movements are being made in the basketball team as well, and Barcelona say 40 million euros. So with the okay green light from La Liga, no doubt we could register Gavi, Araujo, Alonso, Sergio Roberto, Alejandro Balde's new contract, along with Inigo Martinez as well. Joan confirmed the news as well, saying the feasibility plan has been approved and that Messi's camp finally has a guarantee from Barcelona that an offer can now be sent. But to implement the whole plan, exits must happen. So again, the club now can officially send Messi a formal offer that they can execute, pending of course other operations falling through. The Mateo Rito has also come out saying that Barcelona have already generated great savings due to the exits of Griezmann, Piqué, Alba, and Busquets. The savings are already around 40 million euros for next season, more than they thought. They need 3 million euros space to register Gavi and 17 to register Araujo. There is also enough room to register the other renewals like Alonso and Roberto, and also fit Inigo Martinez in the squad. They now have to work to get around 25 million euros so that Messi's return can become a reality, and that's the space that they need to register him. Barcelona's savings are on the right track and much better than initially thought. And if everything goes well, Barcelona will save around 50 million euros from the basketball team as well, 11.5 from Mirotic's salary, who is set to leave. In addition, the club does not plan to make any investment in the basketball team for the upcoming season. So the club numbers are better than expected. Everything is going great. Just need to generate around 25 million euros. So of course, Messi's salary, which would be 25 million euros gross, and then 13 net in his pocket, of course, taxes in Spain, all that sort of stuff. So once all this news broke out, we got an exclusive from Mr. Negative himself, Juan Martin. He captured a video of Jorge Messi, of course, the father and agent of Messi, meeting with Joan Laporta in a restaurant. You're now thinking, all right, wheels are finally in motion. And once this video leaked, the news just kept flying in. Joao first came out saying the role of Antonella, the wife of Leo Messi, is being vital for his return. And then Jorge Messi actually spoke with Juan Martin, because of course he was there capturing the video. He said to Juan Martin, Messi wants to return to Barcelona and I'd love for him to come back. It is a possibility. He was then asked, do you believe in Messi's return? And he said yes. Joan then said that Jorge Messi and Joan Laporta called La Liga to confirm the approval of the feasibility plan together. TYC Sports in Argentina said that Leo Messi is getting closer and closer to returning to Barcelona. Ferran Torres in Sport came out saying the return of Messi is closer, okay to the feasibility plan, and Joan Laporta and Jorge Messi's meeting, which confirms that Leo Messi wants to return. And it seems that Antonella will win the game. Again, Messi's children and wife are playing an absolutely key role in bringing Messi back. Roger Solor from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that at the club they're not optimistic that the return of Leo Messi can be done after the green light of the viability plan from La Liga. Again, this all took place yesterday. Today we're supposed to get the official green light, but yesterday La Liga communicated to Barcelona that the green light is going to be coming. After this, Rodrigo came out, changing his percentage, saying on a scale of 1 to 10, I see Messi's operation at an 8.5. So of course, a few days ago, he's at 80%. Messi's coming back, and now he's at 85. But he keeps on insisting an exit operation needs to happen, and there is exit operations heating up. Barcelona right now is working to close 2 departures at some point this week. Barcelona are also in constant contact with La Liga. They are currently working on 3 departures, 2 of which will be very important operations. So you think maybe Franck Kessie, Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, loan players, you never know. So with the 3 exits that Barcelona are currently working on, Leo Messi and even Ilkay Gundogan can arrive. With the visibility plan being approved, the contract renewals and the signings of Inigo Martinez are all done. The 3 exits that Barcelona are working on would help signing Messi and Ilkay Gundogan if he, of course, his agreement is kept. So all the renewals are apparently good now. Gavi, Araujo, Alonso, Roberto, and Naki Pena. Hopefully Alejandro Balde is included in that renewal section as well, and Inigo Martinez is registered. Fernando Polo from Deportivo even came out saying that in today's meeting between Laporta and Jorge Messi, both parties explored all opportunities of reaching an agreement for Leo Messi's return, who wants to decide his future soon. And then we had reports coming from Argentina as well, saying that Barcelona will make a formal offer to Messi in the coming days. The club has now reduced the wage bill to try to fit Leo Messi's contract into the budget. Fabrizio Romano then hopped on Gigantes, giving his updates from his point of view. He came out saying that neither in Saudi Arabia nor in Miami did they expect to see Jorge Messi meet with Laporta today. It also sends a strong message that Leo's priority is to return to Barcelona. Screw Inter, Miami, and screw Saudi Arabia. They're really out here thinking they can beat Barcelona to the race to sign Messi. we'll touch on that later on. Next few hours are very important. Today and tomorrow are very important days to know what will happen with Leo Messi in his future. I think in the next 48 hours, everything will be clear. Messi does not want to drag out the subject any longer, and I think on Wednesday or Thursday, things will become more and more clear. There could be a meeting between Joan Laporta and Leo Messi in the next few hours or days. That came in from Gerard Romero. So you're seeing all this, you're thinking, oh, happy days, positive, Messi's coming back, we got the green light finally. Everything's going smoothly. Just gotta, negotiate a bit, get some exits going, off from the contract, bish bash bosh. Everything will be going as planned. Gerard Romero then came out saying that one of Messi's children hasn't settled well in Paris over the 2 years, so Antonella and the children are pushing for a Barcelona return. There were reports coming in saying that Mateo is really pushing for Messi to come back to Barcelona, and it's not Mateo Aleman. Of course, Messi does have a son named Mateo, so whatever the case may be. Now, Goal Espana also came out saying that today Leo Messi asked his entourage to start negotiations with Al Hilal and postpone them until 2024. The Saudi delegation took news by surprise, and they said that if he doesn't happen now, the offer in 2024 will not be the same. The Arabs are dream of closing the transfer this week. Messi's camp were close to an agreement, but everything was put on hold. So you're seeing all this, you're thinking, yep, we're all good. He's the interest in Saudi Arabia is cool. Inter Miami is, wasn't really there anyways. The offer was there, but they always prefer Saudi over Inter. Few hour break, and everything just went to shite again. One of Gerard Romero's reporters, I think his name is Carlos, he came out with some news himself, saying that he was speaking with Jorge Messi when he was leaving a restaurant somewhere. He said that this is what Jorge Messi told me. Messi will play for free if he could, but it's not about the money, and he sees his return as very difficult. I don't think it will happen. Whoa. Rewind the tank. You're telling me in the morning, afternoon, Jorge Messi saying, oh yeah, we're feeling great, done deal, I believe Messi will come back, everything's on track. To the night, I don't think Messi's coming back. What? Gerard Romero then came out saying that my people at the club tell me that this may be a strategy by Jorge Messi to push Barcelona as hard as possible. If Barcelona do not sell players urgently, you can't give the guarantee that Messi's environment wants. Barcelona have to act in the next few hours or days, otherwise it will be difficult. This is where my brain is just spiraling. So a week ago, Jorge Messi told Barcelona, we want an offer, we need the offer, give us the offer. Barcelona have then gave him the offer, and now he's saying, we need registration guarantees, What? It gets worse. Now, the man Carlos himself came out saying that when Leo Messi has made his decision on his future, it'll be announced through a statement on his social media networks, according to Jorge Messi. And also, apparently, according to Gerard Romero as well, Barcelona will release an official statement on Messi if we sign him or if we don't. Gerard Romero then came out saying that Messi's entourage wants a guarantee that Barcelona can register him. For that, of course, departures are needed. Leo Messi is emotionally feeling bad. He does not know how and what is going to happen, and if it depends on him, he will play for free just to return to Barcelona. Now, Veronica Brunetti, who, back in November said that Messi is going to become a Barcelona player, I did a whole video about that. She came out saying that, green light is coming. Barcelona will send Messi the offer. Everything will be happy days. Gerard Romero then confirmed her news, saying that, as she said, tomorrow Barcelona will receive the Liga approval today for the plan, and they'll be able to send Messi an official offer. But Messi's camp want a guarantee that he can be registered, and that means Barcelona have to make departures. Gentes, of course, Gerard Romero again, came out saying that Jorge Messi said that Leo Messi sees Barcelona as his home, that his relationship with Joan Laporta is good, and he said that if the player does not even sign for Barcelona, they could agree on a farewell ceremony / game. Shove your farewell ceremony up your arse. I want to see you play. I don't want no ceremony. Gerard Romero then came out again saying that Messi faces a dilemma between the choice of his children and his wife, and on the other hand, the choice of his father. Oh, here we go. It is all clear now. Jorge Messi was sniffing that Saudi Arabian money for time. He wants the Saudi Arabian move because he knows that Messi got the way, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Messi's family, Antonella, Mateo, Chero, and Thiago, they all want to come back to Barcelona. They hated it in Paris. They want to come back to Barcelona with their friends. Antonella with her business and all this stuff. So it's all becoming clear. Messi's got his butt right up the arse on the fence in the middle. He's got his kids and his wife saying he wants to go back to Barcelona. He's got his father saying, look, Barcelona's looking complicated, but that money in Saudi Arabia is looking hella nice. It's all coming to fruition. I'm getting Dembele Sissoko flashbacks. Crazy. Now, Helena Cordes from Kobe came out saying that Messi's desire to return to Barcelona once again has been put out. However, Joan Laporta has asked for patience. The club also feels suspicious. Read what's currently happening. Saudi and Inter are pressing. So Joan Laporta is sitting here. By the way, his house got leaked, so he's already pissed about that. That's been broke by TV3. He's there pulling his left legs to La Liga to get this green light. Gets the green light. Sends Messi the offer. Likes the offer. Accepted that. They already knew about the offer months ago. But now his father's saying we need guarantees. We need 100%. And we want to see the numbers that Messi will be registered in La Liga in order to sign the deal. Laporta's thinking, okay, we can do that. We just need a few departures. Then Jorge Messi says, you have 48 hours. What the fuck? 48 hours to sell 3 big operations. The motherfucking window isn't even open yet, bruh. Oh, it gets worse. Watch this. Joao Cancelo then came out saying that what's pressuring Jorge Messi is that Saudi Arabia's offer has a deadline. He asked them for more time, and he said no. Of course, Saudi Arabia put a deadline because they know that if Barcelona has a sniffet of a chance to get Messi, he's going there. So the reason why Jorge Messi is pushing all this is because Saudi Arabia's 1.2 billion euro offer has a time limit on it. Of course, Messi told them, can we come back in the future, 2025-ish, 2024? They're like, nah, 1.4 billion now. We can give you a contract offer then for sure, but the money is going to be way less. It's sad to see that money talk. So to be fair, I get it, but Jorge Messi out here dangling between Barcelona, Football Club Barcelona, and the Saudi League. Bruh. Then Alberto Roque of Vigentes, by the way, he left Relevo. He came out and he kind of, shone a light on everything. He said that Barcelona can't even register Messi until July the 1st, since he has a contract with PSG that expires on June the 30th. So it doesn't even make sense for him to be such in a hurry when there's practically a month left until the transfer market actually officially opens. Thank you, Albert. Thank you. So this man's pushing for Barcelona to be able to register him. We can't even register Messi officially until July the 1st, but he wants it to happen in the next 48 hours. How mental is that? So now Messi, poor guy, may God help him. He's sitting there. He either has to listen to his father or his family. All I have to say to Messi is this. Happy wife, happy life, lad. You cannot go against your wife. You gotta pick her. Your dad, he did his time. He raised you, all that stuff. Happy wife, happy life. So us culés are really banking on Antonella and the kids to push Messi to say no to his father. Because Barcelona need time. The offer is there. They like the offer. Of course, they cannot register him now. We gotta free up. We only had to free up 25 million euros. Sell Ferran Torres, sell Franck Kessie, you're sorted. Maybe a little Ansu sale, maybe Raphinha, and you're good. And this man is pushing us to do that in 48 hours to sell 3 players. The window isn't even open yet. Let's all pray that Antonella and the kids save us, because otherwise Messi might listen to his dad. This Jorge Messi really out here flirting with Saudi Arabia. 26th division in Europe's top flight leagues. 26. Not even top 5, not top 10, not top 20. 26. To go there for 1 billion instead of staying at Football Club Barcelona. You know how much money Messi will make when he retires? He'll be doing interviews, endorsements. He might even become a pundit. Maybe, I doubt he'll go into coaching. He might go into sporting director. This man he will bleed money until he dies. He's an Adidas athlete. He will bleed money until he dies. And you're out here flirting with Saudi Arabia over a historic, memorable return of Messi to Barcelona. We'll wait and see. Again, the club thinks this is all pressure because, they want to get the deal done ASAP. Hopefully, Joan Laporta pulls off an absolute masterclass. If there's anyone in this world I want in control of this deal, it's Joan Laporta. Because he knows Messi, he knows his father, he knows how to deal with these very tight situations. We'll wait and see. Again, everyone's saying that tomorrow or Thursday, Messi's decision will come because the Saudi Arabia offer expires on Thursday. So either Laporta convinces them to wait a bit longer, or this is all going to go south. Maybe Messi has to step in and tell his father, I want to wait for Barcelona. Hopefully Xavi can convince Messi. We got Xavi, Antonella, the kids, versus Jorge Messi. So hopefully we come out of this breathing. But again, you can't even register Messi until July the 1st. How are we just going to get the green light from La Liga and you're telling us, yep, make the sales and we'll sign? It just doesn't make sense. And how do you go from the morning? Like, we're talking like noon in Barcelona. Oh, Messi's gonna come. Yeah, I'm feeling good about Messi coming back. He wants to come back. Do I believe it's gonna happen? Yes. To 7 p.m. Barcelona. Oh, there's no chance. No chance. Something is happening here. I'm not fully in the waters for Messi. I still think it's 50-50. I really, really do. I, of course, pray and hope that Messi does come back. I think it's, with the green light now, it looks fairly, not simple, but there's a clear structure, there's a clear plan to do it, and it's not hard to execute. So, we'll wait and see. Take these reports as you will, but Messi's future is still in the air. Barcelona are pushing, and so is his father, Jorge Messi, because he's got his son that he wants to please, but he also wants to please his back pocket as well. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to be leaving Barcelona over the past few days. As we all know, the club are desperate to make sales in order to sign Leo Messi to Barcelona. Now I'm going to run through all the first team players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona heavily over the recent days. I'm going to go through them quickly because there's really nothing concrete. It's just, oh, they could leave. That's pretty much it. So we're going to go through them quickly, give you guys my thoughts and analysis. Firstly, the main two really, Ansu Fati and Ferran Torres. Now, Joan the has come out saying that as of today, it is possible that another forward is sold before Ansu Fati, because Ansu Fati would only leave if he gets a good offer, and currently our only offer he has on the table is from Wolves, and he does not want to go to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So, Ansu Fati, there's been a lot of reports about him. You know, he's playing well recently. He has 7 goals in La Liga compared to Vinicius' 10, and less than half the games, all this stuff. A lot of people still believe in Ansu, so do I. I've been saying this now for weeks. I would give him another season. I think, honestly, even taking the number 10 shirt off of him, giving him, number 22, 23, 17, 12, whatever, will ease the pressure a little bit on him as well. With Ferran Torres, I see no way back for him. He's been absolutely dirt poor, no confidence. Broke up with his girlfriend, Luis Enrique's daughter, so he has absolutely no chance of getting into the Spain squad as well either. So he's just on the ropes. I said we cut the losses with him, but with Ansu Fati, again, still no offers on the table for him, and that's why other players could be sold in front of him. Now, Joan the say there are other forwards in line. Let's talk about those. First one could be Raphinha. Now, Plettigol in Germany has come out saying that Thomas Tuchel is a big fan of Raphinha. As of now, the Brazilian is not confirmed transfer target for Bayern Munich, but one to keep an eye on in the coming weeks. Of course, last summer, Tuchel was the one pushing for Raphinha to join Chelsea. This all kind of makes sense. Again, we already know there's offers on the table for Raphinha. That 80 million euro offer from Newcastle is still there, but Raphinha wants to stay and Xavi wants to keep him. Quite clearly, the club do want to sell Ansu Ferran over Raphinha, but when you only have a few days to sign Messi, you only have certain offers on the table, you might end up taking it. So there's the options on Raphinha, but there's one forward that you always thought isn't going to leave whatsoever, no matter what, 100%, and that is, of course, Robert Lewandowski. Now, Plettigol again has come out saying that Robert Lewandowski is the latest player wanted by Saudi Arabia. Well, fucking Saudi Arabia moving mad. Now, apparently Saudi Arabia's government injected around 20 billion euros into the Saudi Football League to, boost them up, get more eyes on them, bring them up in the Europe's top divisions. They want to be like top 10, not in 26. So the government have injected around 20 billion euros into all the clubs. So all the clubs now are loaded. So apparently they want to go for Robert Lewandowski. Now, when I first saw this, I'm thinking, would I swap Lewandowski for Messi? Yes. But I do want to see Lewandowski and Messi link up play. We paid 50 million euros for Lewandowski last summer. If they bid 90 or 100, I'd take it. I really would. Anything under 90, I wouldn't even give them a sniff. I wouldn't even give them like a side look. 100 million bid, we'll talk about it. I think Javi Miguel came out saying that, activate his release clause of 500 million euros, and he's all euros. But the reports coming in from Lewandowski's camp is saying, of course, Lewandowski wants to stay. Roger Delort from Deportivo came out saying that sources around Robert Lewandowski, from that Saudi Arabia, want him, but he does not consider leaving Barcelona no matter how much money they offer him. He loves Barcelona, he wants to help the club, and his family is very happy in the city. That's the thing with these veteran players. You can't really convince them with money at this point. They're just playing now for pride, and fair enough to him. So Lewandowski isn't going to leave. So you have Raphinha, Ansu, Ferran Torres, and the final big name you do have is, of course, Franck Kessie. Now, there are reports coming in from Sky Sports saying that Inter are expected to step up their pursuit for Kessie after the Champions League final. The sporting director of Inter Milan likes the player. He urged to sign him while he was playing for AC Milan. Now, there were also reports about Liverpool bidding 35 million euros for Kessie that came in from Sport. Now, of course, the price set for Kessie is around 30, so 35 is over what Barcelona asking for. But then Fabrizio Romano shut that down, saying that Barcelona has always taken EPL into account as a possible destination for Franck Kessie, but at the moment, the player is not a priority for Liverpool. But then Miguel came out saying that Inter Milan, Tottenham Hotspur, and Liverpool have shown interest in Franck Kessie. There have been talks with Barcelona, although there has been no official offer yet. The club is working on his departure. That's the thing, man. I want to keep Franck, but when he's bringing in 40 million euros, 35 million euros, and no one else is bringing in any money, and he's not, he's going to make my mouth drop, He's not that great. He's just a very useful player. You kind of take it, right? I understand it, man. You brought him in for free as well last summer. You're making 40 million euro profit. That's going to look so sexy in the books as well. My only issue is that we're going to replace Kessie with Ruben Neves, who's going to be more expensive than him and not the same profile. I get it. Ruben Neves is better on the ball, but Kessie, I think he just provides something different. And I hate selling players after their first season when they've done reasonably well. Like, Andre Gomes even got a second season. If Andre Gomes can get a second season, everyone should deserve a second season, but it's the reality situation that we're currently in. So wait and see on departures. Again, you have all these names on the table, but no official offers to Barcelona quite yet, as they continue to get desperate to make sales as soon as possible. Now, along with the first team players, it is also important that the club can also sell players that are currently out on loan. They can bring in those funds to help with Messi's incoming and balance the books for the feasible plan, all that sort of stuff. That's very, very important because we do have a lot of players out on loan, and we do have an update on every single one of them. Firstly, Clement Lenglet. Sport. This is all coming in from Ferran Torres from Sport. He's come out saying that Spurs are willing to keep Lenglet. Barcelona wants around 10 to 50 million euros for the player. So let's say 10 million euros for Lenglet. I've been saying this now for weeks. I just want double digits for Lenglet. We get 10, bang on, happy days. Next, French center back, of course, Samuel Umtiti. Franck Kessie from Sport came out saying that Barcelona is looking for a way out for Samuel Umtiti, as Xavi does not have the center back in his plans. Olympique de Lyon could be a possible destination who could pay around 3 to 4 million euros for the player. Now, shout out to Umtiti, by the way. The Lecce fans have been absolutely praising him, saying that he's one of the best players, if not the best player in their history. He virtually kept them up all by himself, so lots of praise for Samu. So you're looking here, 3 or 4 millions. Let's say him and Lenglet, 13. Let's make it an even 15. 15 million euros for Umtiti and Lenglet. That for me is absolutely happy days. Next defender out on loan is, of course, Sergino Dest. Franck Kessie Sport came out saying that Xavi doesn't count on Sergino Dest, and they do expect his departure this summer to facilitate in some way, shape, or form. There has been that offer from Union Berlin, the loan offer on the table, but Barcelona has rejected that because they want to sell him permanently. So let's say now Umtiti Lenglet 15, Dest worst. I think we can get 10 for Dest, but let's say worst case scenario 5. So we'll say 20. So you got Lenglet, Umtiti, Dest, 20 in total. Next up, Nico Gonzalez. Now, Ferran Torres Sport came out saying the idea is that Nico Gonzalez leaves on loan again, although it is not ruled out that he ends up staying in the first team pending signings in that position. But everything will depend on if Barcelona will be able to sign a replacement for Busquets. So Nico is either going to be loan or stay with the first team. So no money there. So you're still at 20 million euros for Dest, Umtiti, and Lenglet. Nico, I think, does have a good chance of staying in the team next season. We're looking like we're struggling financially. We can't even sign a decent DM. Zubimendi doesn't want to leave Real Sociedad. He actually got a new number. He got Ilkay number. He moved from number 5 to number 4. So he's showing his commitment there. So I don't see Zubimendi leaving. Who else you gonna get? Guedi, Rodriguez, all dead options. So I think Nico does have a fairly good chance of staying in the first team. Next up is Alex Collado. Ferran Kessie Sport came out saying that Alex Collado has a contract until 2024, but Barcelona's intention is for him to leave with the letter of freedom this summer. So the club, I think, you know what? Just let him go for free. Let him pick his team, which fair enough to him. I understand that. There were reports coming out that Barcelona might loan him to Las Palmas. Of course, Garcia coached Collado in the B team, so that could be an option there. I wish we could sell him, but no club is going to pay Collado anything because he's not done anything over the recent years. Just a promising talent that you're taking a big risk on. So Collado, Nico, Dest, Umtiti, Lenglet, you're looking at 20 million euros ish. Then you finally have the big one, and that is, of course, Abdi. Frank Kessie Sport came out saying that due to Abdi's good performances with Osasuna, he could stay in the first team, although everything will depend on financial fair play. If there's a good offer on the table, Barcelona could take advantage of it, cash in, and improve their fair play. So we already have 20 from, of course, Lenglet, Umtiti, and Dest. Then you add that 30 million for Abdi. So we could earn, worst case scenario, 50 million euros from the players out on loan. How much does Barcelona need to register Messi? 25 million euros. The only issue is we cannot get rid of all these loan players in 48 hours, Jorge Messi. Like, bruh. Anyways, for Abdi, for me, I think it would depend a lot on what happens with Ansu, Ferran, and even Raphinha as well. I think it depends on who we sell in those categories. If, we sell a majority of them, I'd definitely bet on him for a season. If we can't, I'd end up selling Abdi. I think anything over 30, I'm cashing in no matter what. Whether we have no forwards or a bunch of forwards, I'd cash in over 30 plus, because that's over his value, and it's an offer that you take because you don't know what's going to happen with Abdi. What happens if he stays at Barcelona and doesn't get any minutes? His value deteriorates, or maybe he goes out on loan after the season. If he stays at Barcelona and goes out on loan the next season after that, his value will deteriorate. So 30 million offer for me, I take that in a heartbeat for Abdi, although he's a great player and he has a great prospect in future ahead of him. So wait and see what happens with the loan players. I think, again, it'll be very, very key for financial fair play. And again, these are assets for Barcelona that can bring in much needed revenue for FFP, for the feasibility plan, and also to clear up space in the first team squad as well. Now, one player who Barcelona aren't considering selling this summer as per the request of Xavi is Eric Garcia. So reports are coming out saying that Xavi is clear, Eric Garcia is non-transferable. He's a young player, but he's already an important player in the dressing room. Look, you ain't gonna get much for Eric Garcia if you sell him. You're looking at Lenglet numbers, 10 to 15 million euros. He's Spanish, versatile player. Xavi likes him. Whatever. I ain't losing sleep over this. I get it. Eric Garcia is crap. He's an absolutely dreadful season. Shocking against Celta Vigo over the past weekend, but Xavi wants him. He wants him. He's on low wages. You have Inigo Martinez, Koundé, Christensen, Arnau, all in front of him, so he'll barely get any minutes anyways as it is. You also have Alonso, good player at center back ahead of him, so Alonso will be playing a lot at left back upcoming season. May God help us on that. But anyways, with Eric Garcia, I don't see it as a too big of a fuss. If he wants to leave, he can leave. If he wants to stay, he can stay. I think next summer will be the summer where we probably end up selling him, because at that point he'll get no minutes. I liked Eric Garcia, man. When we got from Man City, I was very excited. I thought he would have a great partnership with PK, which he did, but then he started falling through. His passing was great, but his defending as a defender was crap. Then in the end, he fell through. So wait and see. Xavi bets on him. I still think there is a bit of promise and prospect in Eric Garcia, so I'll have to wait and see how he does next season. But Xavi's clear. He does not want Eric Garcia to be sold this summer. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around the first team at Barcelona. Firstly, we do have an update on the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Is coming in from Fernando Porto from Deportivo. He's come out saying that Ousmane Dembele has already received the offer to extend his contract until 2027 from Barcelona. His release clause will be 50 million euros from June the 1st to August the 1st, of which the 25 million euros will go straight to his agent. However, Dembele does not consider leaving Barcelona at this moment in time. So apparently, he's got the 50 million euro release clause right now. A club can come in and pay an absolute bargain for one of the best wingers on his day in the world, 50 million euros. Technically, the club will only get 25 of that, because the other 25 will go to his agent, because he was trying to bolster over agent fees last summer. So crazy scenes. Again, I think Dembele will answer Barcelona's response after maybe next week or so. He's just coming back from Tokyo now, take a little bit of a breather and then analyze the offer and see. So hopefully by the end of June, we can renew Dembele. He's, of course, an important player for the club, important player for Xavi. He's going to be our starter next season, so hopefully we do keep him. He's touched the Champions League trophy after Jordi Alba's exit. He said in multiple interviews his dream is to win the Champions League with Barcelona. We have a really good chance of it next year, hopefully. So if he ends up staying, I really have no concerns over Dembele's renewal unless it drags out a bit or a team comes in willing to offer the 50 million euro release clause. So we can see what them boost, but again, currently he wants to stay at Barcelona and his renewal is on track. And the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of the third choice goalkeeper at Barcelona, Arnau Tenas. This is coming in from Juan Martí. He's come out saying that Arnau Tenas' situation has not been resolved as his contract expires in the summer and Barcelona has the unilaterally renewed option for 2 more seasons, but the club wants reduced the player's salary. Tenas will be willing to renew, also with the salary reduction, as he wants to stay. Several teams are interested in the player, but Barcelona is optimistic about his renewal. So the club would renew Tenas, but they automatically renew his contract with the option they do have. His salary will increase, and they don't want that to happen. Of course, Tenas, he's a Blaugrana lad. He's a Kool-Aid through and through. Now, I've watched a couple of the Barcelona Athletic games, obviously, and he's a good goalkeeper, but I think his decision making is so poor. I think, yes, he's great with his feet. He can throw the ball very, very far, but I think his decision making sometimes are piss poor. I see Rafa on the sidelines yelling at him, saying, "Tranquilo, calm down, decide, don't rush." So he still has room to grow, of course. I still think he can be a first-team goalkeeper, of course, in the future. Of course, not right now. You have Iñaki Peña and Ter Stegen in front of you, but apparently he's a huge head in the dressing room as well. He's a big influence for someone as young as him, being a Barcelona Athletic first-choice goalkeeper. He's the captain of the Athletic team as well. So I think renewing his contract is important, but if his salary is going to increase, I personally wouldn't do that as well. So we'll see what happens with Arnau and Tenas. Again, the club want to keep him, the player wants to stay, but they must agree on a new salary. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys an update on the UEFA sanction to Barcelona. Of course, in the last video, I told you guys that UEFA sent Barcelona 71 questions about the Negreira case, and they want to answer as soon as possible in order not to get sanctioned. Apparently, people in UEFA want to sanction Barcelona for 1 or 2 years from the Champions League. However, according to reports currently, that's not the case. All indications is that there will be no Champions League sanction for Barcelona right now, as such a decision cannot be made until the court has its say. Also, Barcelona already received the green light to participate in next season's Champions League. This could be a ban maybe for the season after that, when they have the new league format in the Champions League. I think for this upcoming Champions League 2023-2024, we should be fine, no worries whatsoever. But you never know. Barcelona, of course, women's team just won the Champions League. Congrats to them. Absolutely fantastic remontada against Wolfsburg. Laporta was seen sitting in the stands with Sefran, the the president, of UEFA. So hopefully there's somewhat of harmony there. Of course, there's a Super League still lingering over everyone's head, so wait and see on that. But as things currently stand, there is no sanction for Barcelona from UEFA for the Champions League for the 23-24 season. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past few days. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. There's only one question I have for you. I'm going to keep it very short and simple. Do you think Messi will join Barcelona? You think Barcelona will do the necessary departures to bring Messi in? You think that viability plan will be executed by Barcelona? That's all I really want to know about. Of course, Ilkay Gundogan, up to him. Ruben Neves, up to him. Dembele, up to him. I just want to know, do you think Messi will come back? Do you think Barcelona will set these departures correct? Whether it's Franck Kessie, Ansu, Raphinha, Lewandowski, Ferran, players out on loan like Lenglet, Umtiti, Dest, Abdi. Leave me all your thoughts on that down below. And of course, make sure to subscribe down below as well if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.